Okay, my reseller friends, buddies, and over 50 people. As we know, a lot of us like to get boxes from Thredup, mystery boxes that some are clothes mystery boxes, some are jewelry mystery boxes. Some of us, including myself, we consign stuff with Thredup just like we do with the Real. And I didn't know until probably about a year ago, I think, that they did consignments. You know, you could send them your stuff and they would put it on if they took that brand. Okay. So, to make a long story short, and I hope I got my notes, organized right, because I was just writing, But anyway, I don't even know how I came up with this. I tell you, I get myself in trouble when I have nothing to do, the house is already clean, Bert's taking a nap, the kids are all gone for their little holidays or whatever, because we don't have kids that live with us, but, my son lives next door, and him and his wife, they're over there for Christmas Eve at her family, and tomorrow we'll have it here. So, hopefully, anyway. So let's get back to Thredup. First of all, one big thing that I did not know was that Thredup was so big that it actually has a NASDAQ code. I forget what they call it, abbreviation. So the NASDAQ abbreviation is a capital TDUP. Okay, I'll put it up here. Okay, so they are on the stock market. Okay, that was the first thing. That was the first thing that really stuck out by me, because that was the last thing I expected I would ever see. Okay, then I found out anybody can buy shares in Thredup. Anybody can buy shares. There's several Thredups everywhere. There's several investors that all got together and started this company. Basically, I guess they started it to get people into, doing their, not buying new all the time, conserving, if you will, clothes and buying secondhand. Okay. It was founded by James Reinhardt in 2009. The headquarters is in Oakland, California. And let's see, originally they they got together and did it to teach secondhand first. So they, teaching people how to reuse clothes, basically. All right, let's see. They are one of the largest online consignment thrift stores globally. The other key investors are Sean Sobers, Chief Financial Officer. Anthony Marino is the president of the leadership team. Okay. Yeah, that's my little notes. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is real interesting, guys. Check this out. I never knew this either. Thredup partners with companies such as Walmart, Gap, and Madewell, which are key growth factors for the company. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. Not at all. Okay, let's see. They are trying to get into the global market. And they're starting with Canada, and I can't remember where else it was. They're starting with Canada and another country. I want to say Britain, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. Okay, let's see. They also have a partnership that's called RAAS, if I'm saying that right. It's RAAS. And it provides technical and logistic support to retailers and brands looking to enter the resale market. Now, this said they sell subscription boxes. Now, I don't know what they mean by subscription boxes. Are they maybe trying to say that it's mystery boxes? Because I didn't know about any subscription boxes. Maybe you guys have, or they got another part of another company. You know, I don't know. But they said that those boxes were called goodie boxes. If anybody's ever heard of those, let me know. Because dang it, I want to see what a goodie box looks like. The key, wait till you hear this. Now, see, this ain't a real long video because I don't want to bore you on Christmas Eve or even afterwards. Because we all know we eat too much on Christmas anyway. Okay. The key competitors. Key competitors. Yes, key competitors are Poshmark, The Real, Depop, eBay, and traditional resellers like Goodwill and Salvation Army, I'm sure. Okay, but Thredup is still the largest online resale platform. Their commitment is to reduce fashion waste. Now, that's what I heard. So, that's all I took down. If you all want to go look it up, it has like this little blip of a thing, and it's a little bit more than a blip that you can read on the NASDAQ under their, I call them their call numbers, which are TDUP, all capitals. But I'm kind of confused about being partners with retailers like Walmart and Gap and Madewell and stuff like that. So maybe me, myself, or I'm sure a lot of other people, maybe we just were mistaken and we thought that they got all these like donated and stuff like that, and maybe they did get some donated, but apparently they also get stuff from Madewell, Gap, and Walmart and other companies like that who supposedly want to get into the resale business. Whatever that means, but that was what it said in there. So, I want you to give me some comments. And don't be nasty, alright? I want some comments. I want to know, did you know any of this at all? Is this news to you as it was to me? Should we find out how to get a stock market? I mean, I don't know crap about the stock market, but should we buy some stock in Thredup? And,
Gotta find out what it goes for.
Huh?
Gotta find out what it sells for.
Yeah, exactly.
What it earns.
That's my stock person, Bert. But anyway, I know I'm kind of joking around, but I don't know if it aggravates me that, I don't know. But it sounds, if you read it, because I didn't want to sit here and read it all to you, because that's like plagiarism, you know. I'm just telling you what, I'm summing it up, okay? I'm summing up the stuff I read. But it kind of sounds like they're getting things from retailers, and we're thinking that they're getting it from others, which I'm sure they get some of them from others, and I also had some more questions, and I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way, okay? But a lot of the people I know or I watch, they open up the DIY glamour boxes, I think they're called. I always call them glamour boxes, and I screw that up. But it's, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it, or it used to be called glamour box anyway. But in the last 6 to 8 months, after I found out Bert had dementia, I started really sending a lot of my stuff into Thredup if it didn't sell during my YouTube channel or within 30 days online. So I started sending it in. Now, some of the stuff was very good brands that I didn't know about because I never had very good brands. You know, I wasn't fortunate enough to buy those. So, you know, most of the stuff was your mediocre brands that I kind of knew about. But I noticed that a lot of the stuff that I have sent in, they say that they're not listing it, that they don't list that, and then I see different people opening up boxes, and some of the stuff I sent, I know it's got to be it. I mean, it's just the timing and everything else. So, you know, and it don't bother me that they do that, but I think that they should tell you that that's what they do. I sent in, for example, a couple of suits that were new at tags, men's suits. This was back a while back. And I never seen them listed. Never seen them listed. I always go in and try to see what they listed, what they didn't. Some of the time I just sit here going, why didn't they list that, you know? But anyway, I never seen them list them suits, okay? And like I said, they were new at tag, they were all good sizes, and I started seeing them come out in glamour boxes. I really did. And I thought, why are they not trying to sell these, right? So anyway, I'm very picky now what I give to them if I'm going to consign with them, which I do. And even though I'm picky and I see them selling things like Free People or Gap, stuff like that, I see when I go in there to look at everything they're selling for me that they have not put on certain name brands that are on there anyway. So that means that they're getting at least something for that. And at first I was thinking, okay, well, they probably sell it really, really cheap, blah, blah, blah. But I found a lot of stuff that were the mediocre brands on sale on there for decent prices, okay? At least $20, $30, $40, $50, okay? So I'm not sure what is going on. I'm really not. And like I said, when I sit around and have nothing to do, I get in trouble. But no, I don't understand how it works. You know, like with the Real, I send stuff to the Real that I for a fact know, or I ask my friends online if it's a good name brand, or I look it up or whatever. I was sending all that to the Real. Well, I started having problems with shipping stuff to the Real and getting somebody to call me back and getting somebody to text me back, and I got tired of it, so I started just sending all my stuff to Thredup when I found out that they were now doing what the Real was doing. Then I found out they've also been doing the consignment, and that's how I started consigning with them. In the beginning, I started consigning with Flip, which is a, what do you call that? Cross-listing company. And they used to have people who would do consignment for them, right? Anyway, one second, please. Anyway, I just seen somebody outside. I wanted Bert to kind of, yeah, check up. But anyway, okay. I forgot where I was, guys. But I started with Flip, and I was going to do some of the consignment for them to help us make some extra money, but it didn't pan out and all that. And then they decided not to do that no more or something. And so that's how I ended up doing it. And when I found out that the Real did it, and then I found out that Thredup did it. So, what do you guys think about all this? Do you, I mean, did you know this? And I just was, 6 sheets to the wind, I don't understand it. And I feel like if you're not going to sell it, if you're not going to sell a certain brand for one person, don't sell it for somebody else, You should have a, and they even say on there, actually, that they take free people, and they take this, they take that, but then if you go to their non-takes, they got it sitting there too, sometimes. Not on all of them. So, I'm like totally confused as to what they're taking anymore. Or what I should send them. Am I just like giving stuff away that... So I make sure I buy stuff that is very, very reasonable, that I'm not going to cry, because I don't know. But I never in a million years thought Thredup was on the NASDAQ. Never. Never. Okay? And I should have, I guess, because Goodwill's on it, I'm sure. I'm going to check that. I'll bet you they are. And I know Goodwill's been having some stuff in their stores with tags on it from Walmart and Target and what have you. So are they doing the same thing? I'll bet they are. I'll bet you anything they are. So, I guess what I'm getting at here is we have a lot of people that get on. Sometimes they rag the resellers. Oh, y'all are getting all this clothes and stuff and selling them on eBay and blah, 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 blah. And those clothes are supposed to be for poor people. And I am poor people. But I mean, they're supposed to be donated for people who can't afford the name brand clothes. Like me. But anyway, how can they say that then? Because, obviously, they have new clothes in there now, so they're working with companies. And I don't think them companies are giving them that free. They may give them a discount, but they ain't giving it to them free. And then some Goodwills turn around and sell those clothes. Actually, most of them do. They sell them for the same dang price that's on there from Target and Walmart and everywhere else. So, who's putting who in the dark? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who's putting who in the dark? So, my theory is, as a girl who grew up poor, is if you're Walmart and you are Target and you're going to just give the stuff to these companies to sell, then why don't you just give it to people who need it in the shelters, who are homeless, I mean, Goodwill's supposed to be cheap prices for people who can't afford expensive crap, but yet they sell it very expensive. So, it don't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And, so I don't know. What do you guys think about the whole thing? Let me know down below. Or, if you don't want to say it down below, let me know in my email. My email is always in the description box. And thank you for your PayPals. Thank you for buying us a coffee. Thank you for your Cash Apps. Thank you for just helping us, period. Every penny really counts for us. We love y'all, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.